Kibriya, is the recording on? So we can start then.
Yes, the recording is on. We can start.
Okay. So hello everyone and good afternoon. Thank you for joining. Wonderful to see many of you here and interested in this program and initiative. I'm Naveed Iftihar. I'm co-founder of Atom Camp Arabia. So Atom Camp Arabia is a data science and AI trainings and solutions company. We've been operating in many parts of the world, and for the last 2 years, we started working in the kingdom. In the last 2 years, we've worked closely with universities, banks, corporations, students in different parts of the kingdom. And our mission is to train 20,000 Saudi youth by 2030. So we announced this partnership and mission in the last LEAP, and we announced our partnership with Saudi MCIT, that is Ministry of Communication and Information Technology. So we have started many programs, and some of these programs are going to be announced soon on our website. This is atomcamparabia.com, and I warmly welcome all of you in this program. So this program is about Microsoft's global program that is Skills for Job. So it was started in EU, then it has expanded in other parts of the world. So we will talk more about this program and why this program is important today. So we'd like to hear from many of the speakers who have joined us, and then I'll also ask questions at the end of their talks. That if there are any questions by the participants, we'll also take towards the end. So I want to introduce today's panelists. And so the idea is that, we will understand the Saudi skills market, what the youth is thinking, what experts are thinking in terms of Saudi youth, and how they are adopting artificial intelligence technology, and how this program fits into this, kind of opportunity which has arisen in Saudi Arabia for the youth. And this Microsoft program, what is this all about? What are these micro degree programs? Why are they relevant? What are their benefits? And what you can do after completing these programs? So these are some of the questions that we are interested in understanding. So we have 4 panelists in today's this webinar. We have Pekka Selvan. Pekka is Global Director of Kajaani University of Applied Sciences, Finland. So he's Global Director of Microsoft Skills for Job program. We have Timo Widgren. Timo is CEO of Microsoft Finland. We have with us Jawahar Madkheli. So she is a data scientist and AI professional based in Saudi Arabia. She has done trainings independently with Tuaik Academy, with Atom Camp as well. And we also have Dr. Amjad Raboi, who is a professor at University of Business and Technology, Jeddah. So I still can't see in Dr. Amjad, are you around? If not, he may be joining soon. Okay. So we'll start this discussion. Jawahar, I'm putting you on spotlight. So we want to understand from you. So what do you see the kind of opportunities which have arisen in Saudi Arabia right now in terms of technology with Vision 2030, and how the youth is actually adopting these opportunities, and what you have seen while after your graduation being part of so many leading academies, and what kind of challenges and opportunities for youth are there in Saudi Arabia. So we would like to know from you, and then we can ask our speakers to relate it, how this program is suitable for this market.
Okay, when it comes to opportunity in technology, interested youth really see it as a language of the future, and they take action to use it. Let me share a small example, and I'm sure there are thousands more. In AI bootcamp organized by Autumn Camp Arabia at Jazan University, we meet a high school student who really impressed me. He and his cousin has already launched their own app, start selling, and even made money. In the middle of the boot camp, he came to us and said he wanted to apply the AI tools that we learned to improve their app. It was amazing to see how he turned this language, this learning opportunity into real business project that make money. That shows that Saudi youth are not only aware of technology opportunities, but also take them seriously, especially when they see the quality and potential for building the better future.
I think that is amazing, and I think what Jawahar was sharing, that we recently completed a boot camp for K-12 students in partnership with Jazan University and MCIT. So even there were high school kids, they performed so well, and they built their own AI apps, and it was very fascinating for us. And then we see so many boot camps and programs being sponsored by the Saudi government under different programs, future skills. So I think this is interesting time to see all this happening in the kingdom. And day before yesterday, the amazing thing happened where Humane Chat has been launched. So it's natively trained LLM on Arabic language, context, with all nuances and culture, heritage. So I think this is also going to open a lot of opportunities for youth if they were unable to access due to language barriers, due to context, culture. So this is where we see that, a lot of work is happening. That's why we are also here, and we want to support the Saudi youth in this process. We conducted a boot camp in Medina, actually. We've been doing it globally. And so after the boot camp, I said it publicly, I've never interacted with such eager students ever in my life. So they did so amazing. And, after 2 months, they specialized in boot camp, and they all did amazing job. So I think this is eagerness to learning is amazing in many ways. So I'll head to Pekka with this context that we are seeing in Saudi Arabia, the momentum, the artificial intelligence. We'll also come to it, but we want to relate it what is happening globally, with the skills, technology, and the relevance of education, higher education, how it is being transformed, what are the latest trends. So also tell us, we've been hearing, a lot about reading about Finland's education system. So not just global, that how Finland is adopting this technological revolution at different stages. So that will be a great learning for us. So Pekka, over to you.
Thank you so much. And first of all, it's a great honor to join the webinar from Kajaani University from Finland, and to connect with the brilliant minds in Saudi Arabia and beyond, as we heard Ms. Markali to explain one of the good examples in here. Thank you for that one. It was very encouraging. Well, we are living in a truly unique moment in history. One where change is faster than ever, and the skills we need to thrive are evolving almost every year. What I like to do is to share some insights into the global and European labor market, how the trends are shaping the next decade, and most importantly, how we can address the ICT skills gap together with practical, accessible solutions. Well, across the globe, and especially in Europe, we are facing a paradox. There are millions of open jobs, and yet millions of people are still unemployed and underemployed. And that is a very important definition in here, underemployed. Well, in Europe alone, according to European Commission, over 75% of companies report difficulties in finding workers with the right skills. And this shortage is especially strong in the digital and IT fields. And that means, of course, cybersecurity, the data professionals, artificial intelligence, and cloud computing, you name it. Just to give you some numbers and vision of the skills shortage in the labor market in EU. In 2024, the European Union employed over 10 million ICT specialists. And now the estimated need by 2030 is 20 million specialists, but the EU could only reach 12 million by 2030 without additional actions. This means that there's a shortage of approximately 10 million specialists in Europe alone. These numbers are huge. These are really big numbers. And just to give an example about our micro degree programs that includes cybersecurity skills, for example. So currently, only in European Union, we are facing a shortage of about 300,000 cybersecurity professionals. The estimated gap in the EU could rise up to 500,000 specialists by 2030 if no actions are taken. Well, the next one is the data analytics and data science professionals. Well, this year the skill gap is about 500,000 professionals. And the estimated shortage by 2030 is between 550,000 to 950,000 professionals. Well, everyone are always interested in about the artificial intelligence, especially the specialist roles. Well, we know that 75% of all the companies will be using cloud, AI, and big data by 2030. So the reasons for the previous skill gaps are very complex. Technological change and demographic shifts, and of course, the simple fact that the education and training often can't keep up with the pace and speed of industry transformation. So those are one of the reasons what are behind these gaps. The skill gap is not about missing technical expertise. It's also about soft skills, problem solving, adaptability, and especially a lifelong learning mindset. And I want to emphasize this one, lifelong learning mindset. If you don't act, the gap of skill mismatch will grow, and the consequences will be built in productivity and innovations and economic growth in each of our countries. Well, the good news is solutions exist and they are accessible. One example is the Microsoft Skills for Jobs micro degree programs offered in partnership with Microsoft, Kayani University, global ICT companies, and Atom Camp in Saudi Arabia. And it is a great honor for our program to have a partnership with Saudi Arabia. That's a great honor for us. Skills for Jobs micro degree program provides highly qualified online training in areas that are in immediate demand. Cloud and cybersecurity, Power Platform, AI developer, data engineering, and data analytics. The good thing is that Microsoft Skills for Jobs, it's designed for everyone, whether you are a student, job seeker, or professional looking to upskill. The training is flexible, self-paced, and builds in demand skills providing certificates that are recognized and aligned with industry certifications, making it easier for learners to prove their skills to employees. There is a clear and growing need for short-cycle micro-degree credentials to quickly train and prepare individuals for entry-level positions and junior roles, and thereby reducing the recruitment bottlenecks faced by employers. Also, remote work is a key to filling the labor market in the tech sector with overseas qualified talent. And focusing on professional certifications is the route for remote jobs in the EU. Well, the future of work is not something happening to us. It's something we can shape by embracing lifelong learning once again. So it's something we can shape by embracing lifelong learning, focusing on both technical and human skills and utilizing the accessible programs like Microsoft Skills for Jobs. With those, we can transform the skills gap into skills opportunity. Well, we all understand the future belongs to those who are ready to learn, adapt, and collaborate across borders. Let's make sure that we are among them. The jobs are out there, the skills are within reach, and let's close the gap together. So first and finally, thank you very much for the opportunity to join this webinar. It's a great honor for me to be part of your webinar. Thank you.
Thank you, Pekka. Thank you. Your very poetic remarks about technology, So that's what well put. And the way you've explained, I think, encouraged everyone to learn lifelong. And again, in chat, these programs are available. Those are going to be launched for enrollment in partnership with Microsoft, Kayani University, Atom Camp Arabia. So these will be micro degree programs. And these micro degree programs will have transferable credits to European universities, ECTS. We will tell more details about it. So we'll go to Timo. So Timo is from Microsoft Finland. So Timo, we need to know that how Microsoft is actually helping people, enter into such careers that Pekka has mentioned. There is a skills gap, and then there are people who are unemployed, and then companies who are looking for people. And how Microsoft is helping bridge this gap, and what is the thinking, approach, philosophy behind this program that Microsoft had, and opening this opportunity globally as well for people to be part of this revolution. So over to you, Timo.
Excellent. Thank you, Navid. And hey, thanks everybody for having me here today. I'm Teemu. I'm the country manager and CEO of Microsoft Finland, and proud to be part of this Skills for Jobs journey together with Pekka and Kayani University for the past 2.5-3 years now already. So I think Pekka pretty well covered the why part of the discussion and why this kind of a program is important. And the same phenomena Pekka described, like across Europe, we identified this in Finland as well. So we recognized that technical skills are needed in all of the industries and all of the kind of occupations out there increasingly every single year. And now, at the age of AI, this demand for technical skills has only been increasing. So personally, I see that there's no occupation out there where no technical skills are needed. Everybody needs to start building these skills. And the other side of this kind of challenge of why was that, especially people in working life, there's very limited time for building your technical skills and very limited kind of availability of practical enough and easily digestible technical kind of learning out there. And this is what we wanted to start tackling. And we had two goals when building this program. First one being this, making the barrier of entry as low as possible. Because if you think of yourself as a student, if you commit to studying in a technically oriented career, that might take kind of 3 to 5 years to complete your studies. That's quite a commitment. But we wanted to make something digestible and kind of easy that you can easily include in your studies, regardless of what you study. And the same thing applies for people in the working life. So wherever you work, your employer or you individually can go to these studies, get yourself trained, and get accredited that you have some kind of a proof that you have learned new skills for your jobs. And how we started to approach this, it's an ecosystem play, because we as Microsoft or any of the players in this ecosystem, we could not have done this alone. So if you think of it in a way that we needed to be able to reach the students one way or the other, we needed to be able to reach the people in the working life and somehow bring relevant content that would be accredited. So effectively, we started to work with universities, and Kajaani University of Applied Sciences was there from day one, and our collaboration on this front continues as we speak. And with Kajaani University, we started building the learning content as well as bringing this content available and visible for students across different kind of learning paths. But at the same time, we brought in a number of companies from within Finland that could bring in relevant examples and kind of practical content for these studies in a way that whatever you learn during your micro degrees, you can actually bring directly to work. And of course, we provided the tools that people can use for learning along the way. And effectively, this has kind of built an engine where we can reach students in working life, reach students in universities and schools, train them, as well as eventually, when there's a person who wants to enter in ICT sector, we also have the capability to employ them in the other end. And now, 2.5 years later, since establishing this ecosystem, we have now trained roughly 170,000 Finns with technical skills, and that's quite an achievement. And there are a number of different stories of people who have been studying in economics or studying in all other industry, then taken a micro degree on Power Platform, on cybersecurity, on data engineering, and then decided that, hey, this might be actually a career for me, and then have been employed by one of our local partners here in Finland, and now they are working in the ICT sector. So therefore, I'm really proud that this work that we have been building over the past 2.5 years can now be extended to other countries, and I believe that with this collaboration, we can evolve this ecosystem even further. And I heard the number of ambition of skilling 20,000 youth in Saudi Arabia with these micro degrees. So that's a really, really good ambition. Let's work together to accomplish that and keep building the future workforce together. So honored to be part of this, and thank you for joining today.
Thank you, Timo. Thank you. So that's excellent. So I think that's amazing that we also believe in partnerships and the way many players need to come together. And thanks to you for supporting this cause and making this content available globally, And that's where I think we need to work together, and the spirit is that, how we can create such learning opportunities for everyone, and we can reduce barriers. So I just want to share with you that the way we are going to launch this program in the Kingdom, next week it is going to be launched. And what we are going to launching, that there is a content which has been developed in partnership with Microsoft and Kajaani University. It's available on their LMS. So this content has been developed also in partnership with, many tech companies in Europe, what kind of demand they had, what kind of skills they needed. So this is not only going to open opportunities in respective countries in Kingdom, also in EU actually. And so the way we are going to do it, what we have seen, we wanted to bring, like Timo mentioned, this partnership, the power of partnerships. So we wanted to bring our, sort of approach into this learning, that the content will be available. And like we've seen that many people join online content, and then, people just leave it in the middle. They face some problem, there is no follow-ups or something like that, and people lose energy. So we thought that we will blend this approach with community building. So there will be live support available from Atom Camp Arabia while you'll be enrolled in these programs. There will be mentoring available, and also community building, where we all will interact with each other, we learn from each other, and we'll build a community across the kingdom. And we would like to do, these in-person events, online events, where people who are part of this community, how they are learning, engaging, and, coping with these challenges of deploying technology. So this is something that we are planning to. So I'll come back to Jawahir. I just want to know that, because, if you can also tell about where you are from, the region of the kingdom. Jazan is relatively, it's not Riyadh, it's not Jeddah. And how do you see that a student sitting in Jazan, they can learn with this program, and they can get an international certificate, and the value that you see for regions like that, where not many tech companies are operating, and people can be trained to be a global, worker as well. So I want to hear your thoughts on that.
So I want to share why they have to take like extra certification. We have only sorry if you hear any noise. So the extra certification have become an important addition to a university degree for youth today. A university gives students a strong knowledge base and a broad understanding of their field. Extra certification, on the other hand, provide more focused, practical, and job-ready skills. For example, a student may study computer science at university, but earning a certification in data analysis or cybersecurity or to specific career path, and show they have up-to-date practical knowledge. These certifications also demonstrate to employees that the student is committed to continuous learning and keep up with the change. Something is highly valued in today's job market. So the relationship is complementary. University provide the foundation, while extra certification give specialization and competitive edge.
Yeah, I think that's an excellent perspective. And I really like the way you've mentioned that it gives a signal to the market, to employers, that the person is committed in learning and they have done extra certifications, not just a degree. So that's an interesting perspective. So we have Dr. Amjad Rabai here. He's a professor at University of Business and Technology, Jeddah. So Dr. Amjad is not only an academic, he is also a consultant with many corporate sector organizations in Saudi Arabia, and he has a vast experience of providing consulting solutions to many companies in Saudi Arabia. So Dr. Amjad, welcome to this webinar. Thank you for joining. So we are trying to understand two things: that how skills and technology landscape is evolving in the kingdom, and how youth is actually meeting those challenges of upskilling them. And what do you think the opportunities for youth are in this technology era, and how they should upskill themselves for such a landscape that is emerging in the kingdom?
All right. Hello, everyone. Thank you, and I'm really sorry for the technical issue that I had with the internet for attending late. Honestly, I'm really grateful and honored to be here and invited by AutoCamp and Microsoft. As someone from the academic industry in Saudi Arabia for many years, and professor and close to the digital transformation projects in healthcare, universities, and also some government agencies. The change that we have seen in Saudi Arabia for the past 10 years is breathtaking, and I'm sure the news is globally known about the change that is becoming wild in Saudi Arabia, and Vision 2030 that drives this force of the transformation. I think today things are different. Because we are teaching not only for the jobs of markets today, but the industries for the tomorrow, and also the jobs that we need for tomorrow. Industries that are built on artificial intelligence, data science, and cloud computing as well. This is why I think initiatives like the Microsoft Micro Degrees programs are so important. We are moving very fast in technology. And to be honest, all the curriculums at the universities are not moving that fast. They're not changing it as fast as the technologies. So here comes the micro degree programs to keep the learners agile, to be able to adapt quickly to the new tools and the technologies out there. And also provide the global recognition, since those degrees are from a place like Microsoft. Of course, it's understood and respected everywhere in the world. I think from my experience as an educator, I've seen also students who light up completely in class when they finish up a program like those, especially the practical ones. It changed the discussions in class. It changed how they spark up in class and try to show their confidence of knowing those knowledge. It's completely different than a student who just attend to take their bachelor degree. And just to be clear in regards to those programs, what really matters here, not only to learn and take those micro degrees or certificates, but also to apply it in the real world and be able to build projects using those, show it to others, show that you have those knowledges, so it can reflect on your experience as well. And also to share like something personal that I had a few years ago. On one of those degrees, I decided to take a short professional certificate. It's the ITIL course. This opened up so many job opportunities for me. And honestly, the past 3 years after I took that certificate, it helped me a lot on opening up so many projects for me and getting out of the academic area and just the theoretical part. To actually implementing most of those projects that I had, because I decided to attend a course in ITIL and take that certificate. That takes me also to another experience I had with Dr. Naveed. It was just 3 weeks ago or a month ago, I met him in a workshop. And who knew that sharing that knowledge and contributing in the workshop will lead me to be in here. So those kind of micro degrees and also programs that can enhance our skills, it can also open lots of opportunities for us that just a bachelor degree or attending your class, I think does not help that matter. So just a closing thought about just the statistics about Saudi Arabia for the digital future that we are currently building. In 2024, the digital transformation market in Saudi Arabia was valued with about $11 billion, but it's projected in 2033 to be $82 billion. That's 23% and 20% every year, 23% every year of increasing. So just thinking about that, one day soon, we won't be just celebrating our certificates, but to also apply it in the real world in one of those projects in Saudi Arabia, inshallah. And I want to thank, of course, Mr. Naveed for inviting me again. Hope that helped.
Yeah, thank you. I think, Dr. Amjad, this is amazing perspective, and we wanted to learn directly from a teacher, his perspective. And I think this academic humility that is learning certification is important for even professors. I think that's where the learning, becomes a lifelong enjoyment, not just a check mark that I've completed a degree. So this is where I think, so I just want to briefly share these. Immediately, there are 5 programs, Power Platform as well, but in the first phase, so I want to share that the 4 programs that we are rolling out immediately next week. And if I can share the screen and everyone can hopefully see it. So let me just try. Okay, So these are the 4 programs which we are going to offer immediately. And these programs are, data analyst micro degree program. And can you see this screen, Kibriya?
Yes, Dr. Naveed, we can see the screen, but if you share if you click the share button, it will be.
Yeah, I'm
zoomed in.
trying it, but it's still not working. The same thing.
You can just try zooming in your screen and it would be visible.
Okay, let me just to do it. I think this is every time it creates sometimes problem. How's that now?
It's much better. It's much better. I think
Okay.
we can.
Okay, so these are the 4 degree programs that we are announcing. One is Data Analyst Micro Degree Program, and this is a comprehensive program, and this is going to be based on Azure Basics, AI Fundamentals, Data Visualization with Power BI, Data Management, Databricks, and then there is a Data Engineering program. So we generally recommend people that if you don't have any tech background, start with the Data Analyst Micro Degree. So this generally helps you to build foundations that you can take it forward. And then the other degrees like data engineering degree, where you'll also learn about Azure infrastructure, machine learning, data lakes. And right now when data is expanding, organizations are actually working on AI. The foundation of this whole AI revolution is actually data engineering. So this is where the demand is increasing. And then there is AI developer micro degree program, people who are interested in enterprise AI. And right now, I think across the world, enterprise AI market is dominated by Microsoft due to its very secure practices, ISO 27000, GDPR compliant Azure, and this is safe to deploy AI in Azure platform. Microsoft Copilot is actually now doing amazing work, and many new features are coming. So this AI developer program is very important for that. And then this is the cloud and cybersecurity micro degree program. So that is also something that we can see that, that Pekka was mentioning, that with more digitalization, more AI, so then this is actually going to be in-demand skills in Saudi Arabia, in EU, where people can work on these things. So these programs, they will have Microsoft certification, European credit transfer credits. There will be a blended learning, networking opportunity, and job placement opportunities. And then there are many global opportunities which are part of it. So I'll stop here. And I'd again, like to come back to Pekka. And we mentioned ECTS and this micro degrees credit system. So we'd like to understand, Pekka, what is this all about? How does it work, and why it is important to have ECTS for micro degree program?
Very good question. We have to remember how everything started. It started from the demand from the companies that they wanted to have something like micro degrees to fasten the process of finding good employees as well. They get lots of applicants, but they also want to understand the ones that have the motivation and shown skills to start with the junior jobs or different job positions. So actually the ECTS, the international, the European credit points are quality assurance in a way, because they are higher education courses that have these ECTS credit points, and those are the quality assurance that you have been able to finalize those courses, and you have already also done the final exam. So it's a proof for employees and for the companies that this person has done these courses, and he has the motivation to learn more, because the learning doesn't stop in here. It's only a starting point, but it's a way to get recognized by the companies that you have this motivation and these skills and certification to start with. So that's the very high importance for the eyes of the companies, but also for the people itself. They are recognized with an official credit points in European higher education system.
Okay, that's excellent, Pekka. So, Timo, so I just want to last time to hear from you the stories that you have, or the impact this program so far has created, and how companies in you, because you already have graduates coming out of this program, and what are those results of this program so far in terms of engagement with tech companies which are partners with you. Is Timo dropped out?
I think Timo is not on the call.
Okay, maybe he's joining back. So Pekka, can you little bit explain, and then if you have some some of this data, or some knowledge about this aspect.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, maybe I'm repeating myself, but it's the thing here is that what is important for the companies is to be able to find, if they have, let's say, 5 engineers or 5 people applying for them. So if they all come with the same background, there's no difference, but bringing up the certification or the approval of finalizing the micro degrees makes a big difference. So these people will be seen by the companies that are the employees. Same thing with the students that are people who are finalizing these courses. They can be assured that they will be seen. They will be seen totally different with different eyes from the employer's point of view. And when talking about the Finland and Europe in here, so as I mentioned even in my opening speech in here, the remote work in Europe, working from home country or either in Europe are all possible. And that's what we are looking for. The new way of working, it includes very strongly the remote working, and these courses, when you are doing the courses remotely as well, it's a signal that it's something that you have been learning to do and understand how the systems works and so on. So this gives the reliability and confidence for both sides that this is what is needed for me and where I can work on.
Thank you, Pekka. So Dr. Amjad, so I just want to understand, because you are also involved with so many corporate sector organizations, and you mentioned that this digital transformation, you've been helping companies. So what kind of digital transformation companies are doing, and how important is to have data, AI, cloud capabilities? And, if companies are heading to force to work with them, and then how these programs can help those companies in bridging those gaps, but particularly understanding the kind of challenges, problems these corporates in Saudi Arabia, they are trying to solve, and their approach toward it.
What I see now in the sectors that I've been involved in, for the kind of projects that they're working on, the healthcare, the education, also government sector, they are all focusing now on the kind of projects that involve cloud computing, that involve data science and artificial intelligence. This is a must. It must be in the project, or we're not going to go forward with it. So I think those kind of degrees now, even if we look at the job posting on LinkedIn, for every company, the requirements you will see for every job post, it includes some kind of requirements that are practical, that requires knowledge in some kind of a system or data analysis, data visualization, especially. So it's going a lot to that direction, especially in those 3 industries that I mentioned, because it's evolving really fast and want to improve because of the amount of projects that they are working on. Of course, other areas, especially in Saudi Arabia, since now every industry is focusing on the Vision 2030, which focusing and driving the digital transformation in every area. So I think that is really required in every industry nowadays.
Okay, great. So I just want, we have some time, 10-15 minutes. So I just want that if there are people who want to ask questions, if they can raise their hands. So I will ask my team members to allow some people. There were earlier few people who are raising hands. So if you can raise your hand and you want to ask any question about this program or to the panelist, so we can allow you to ask any question.
Mr. Navid, may I add one more thing here?
Sure.
Yeah. About the ECTS credit points, ECTS. So we have to also understand that those you can use if you are looking for a study place, degree study place in the university in Finland or in Europe. Those ECTS that are included in these microdegree programs could be transferred into your study records. You can use them, you can transfer them and use them. So it's also kind of a pathway to European universities, one or the other way. So that's an addition for the ECTS. It's an important fact for that one. Sorry
Yeah,
for
thank you for
interrupting.
clarifying. Thank you for, and it's an important feature that people can transfer their credits to European universities. So Ibrahim, if Kibriya, you can allow Ibrahim to speak.
Yes, we are allowing it. Ibrahim, you can unmute.
Ibrahim, you can unmute yourself. No, not, I think that didn't work on.
Okay,
Hello?
yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah, we can
just,
hear you, Ibrahim.
I just posted my question because I had a problem with unmuting. Anyway, my simple question is, what's the difference in job market between the micro degree and the professional certificate?
Okay. So there are professional certificates and then there are micro degrees. So I'll share with you my understanding and then Pekka can also elaborate on that. So my understanding is professional certificates are 1 or 2 certificate in one of the overall field. It is covering like, if there is a degree program, we have like multiple subjects in that degree program. You can get specialization in one course only. You are studying one course. This is professional certification. So this is combination of different professional courses. So there are different aspects of the field that you learn. So it's just like short of, so I see micro degree in the middle from professional certificate to a complete degree. So this is in the middle. It's a more prolonged commitment and a demonstration that you are serious in your studies in a graduate level education. So this is my understanding, but I would also request Pekka to share his perspective on that.
Yes, of course, you're totally right. We have to say that these are not a full professional licenses that we get out of this one here. So what we want to also do with the micro degrees, I'm speaking from the point of view of higher education. So these are the courses that we offer to our students, and we look at those courses are something that we can give the credits for and see that and helping them to get the first kind of finding the right path for them to continue. We have had students that have always told us that this micro degree program has been really well done and it's a fantastic course how we have been able to create it. But some point they will realize that this field is not for me, or they say that, oh, this is fantastic, I will continue with this path. So this is more like entry into this field on these topics to help them to move forward in their lives. But of course, it's lots of learning, lots of knowledge, lots of understanding, and to be able to enter these jobs that for the companies that are looking for employees on these fields.
Yeah, thank you. I think that's a great perspective to understand that, in these days, students need a lot of experimentation. And it is very costlier experimentation to do a degree of 2 years and then realizing that, oh, this is not something I want to do. Or, you have already some field knowledge, domain knowledge, and these micro degree can help you to apply, that your domain where you can apply AI and data science in your particular domain. So this is a middle way. more accredited, and also these are ECTS, European credits as well, points that are available for higher education in EU. And also for this particular program, because this particular program has been developed in partnership with many EU tech companies. So an access to job market of those EU tech companies is also something that's a benefit of this program. So is there any question? Or we can go to the final words with Dr. Amjad. Do you want to share some perspective? And also, we want to share with you that we have written the website in chat. So these programs will be available next week. And we can also, share with all of the people who registered and attended. I think Mr. Khalid wants to ask question. Kibriya, if you can allow, Khalid.
Yeah, thank you. So it's you can get the skills for a short amount of time. That's what my understanding, because it's not a 4-degree, right?
Yeah. So, Pekka, would you like to answer that how much time it takes in completing this micro degree as compared to a full degree? And then obviously he wants to compare a degree with a micro degree.
Well, see, our courses, there are two things that we have to understand. From the higher education point of view, each ECTS is required certain amount of hours per credit point. So we have mentioned in our courses that how many credit points this will provide, and it's also seen how many hours is the estimated time. But in online learning, it's a bit different. Sometimes people can make it in much faster pace than a classroom teaching when we are working in classrooms. But in online learning, it could be shorter, but you have 1 year time to finalize each micro degree. That's how it goes. It gives the opportunity to, and it depends on how much you are investing your time for the courses. So it's a learning process, and used by the Finnish pedagogical way of making sure that you have the feeling that now I have learned these things, and understanding. The learning is the key issue, not how many hours you have done or whatever, but the feeling and the feeling of that your knowledge that you have reached the knowledge that had been required.
Okay, I think that's excellent that there is a full degree program. Obviously, one can go for that, but this one is short of that, and partly it's a subset of that. So you can look into it, and I think that's an amazing way to understand it, that it can help you to reach the goal if you want to go later on. But this is something I want to share with you, the way we are going to introduce it in the kingdom, that there will be this program and then a lot of industry support, mentoring from AtomCamp. So where not only you are learning this skill, we are sharing practical projects. We are giving you the perspective, what's happening in Saudi market. We are also, hand-holding you and also taking you along. So this is actually, that's going to add value into your perspective. So Dorinda, if I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing your name right. So I tried my best to, yeah.
That's correct, Dorinda. Hi everyone. So my question is, I want to find out the specific EU universities we are looking at.
Okay. So I think she wants to understand, is this any specific university or across EU universities? Is there some list that where this block points? This is what my understanding is.
So
That's correct.
Dorinda, do you want to say? Okay, go ahead, Pekka.
No. I'm just wondering if the question was for me, or is it for
I think it's for you. Probably it's meant that which EU universities we are talking about. Is there some list where these points will be transferable, or this is what my understanding from the question is.
All right. Okay. On European level, the ECTS are valid across Europe. Okay. But of course, we have to remember that each university makes decision depending which program you are applying to and which program you're studying, if they will it will, if they accreditate all those credit points or only part of those ones. But no one will take away the ECTS from you. You have the ECTS credit points, but depending on the program, the university that you apply for, they make the decision how many of those credit points they will give you in your records. But
And those ECTS are important for the job market, that how many ECTS you have for a particular job.
Yes, I mean, as I mentioned before, it's more like a quality assurance that these people have reached some level, a certain level that they can trust on, that this is the level, because companies have been here building these courses with us. So they know that people who have reached this level are able to do, have this specific knowledge that they have been looking at.
Okay, thank you. Medal, how do you pronounce? I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing right. Kibriya, can you unmute Medal?
Yes, he or she, they can unmute themselves.
Okay, you can unmute Medal and you can ask question.
We can also have Asad.
Okay. Asad?
Hello, everyone. Hello, Mr. Naveed. First of all, congratulations on setting up this very successful webinar. So it is very useful. My question, I have two questions. One question, the first one is related to the employability after completing these courses. How the employability will be ensured from the kingdom? Because I heard in the initial conversation discussions of this webinar that the figures which were told were from the European Union region. So the people who will be completing these courses from the kingdom, would they be able to work remotely for the companies in the European Union or inside the kingdom? Or both, maybe. So this is the first question. The second question is on the mentorship. How the mentorship will be basically provided to the students. I have experience of working in the kingdom with the consulting, firms for over 10 years. And the mentorship is very important for the students to understand the practicalities of the or the details of the hands-on activities in different areas. So will the mentors will be from the European Union or from the university or from the companies outside the kingdom or inside the kingdom? These are the two questions. Thank you once again.
Thank you. So I'll share my perspective and planning the way we've planned it. So the mentorship happen in multiple ways. One, there will be the weekly sessions of each boot camp, people who will be enrolled. We will be discussing what you've learned, where you are stuck. That will be a cohort-based, facilitation. At the second tier, there will be availability of industry and guest speakers available, and who have worked in different industries, and they will be coming and speaking. Those we are arranging those from Saudi Arabia, and with PECA's support and Kayani University, there are mentor companies and professionals from EU. So we will also engage from there. That depends on their availability. But from our side, we have arranged people from the kingdom. The third thing is that this is actually the demonstrating their capability and commitment for a rigorous training that people will do. Then it really depends on people that whether they want to explore jobs in the kingdom or they want to explore jobs in EU. And the competitive process that each company has, and each market has different dynamics. So then students will have to learn. So with this support of Kayani University and Kamke's this mentor companies, we can include more sessions on European job market, or bringing tech experts from Europe who can mentor, who can give lectures as well. So this is our planning and understanding. And finally, I will request PECA to respond, and this is the last question of today's webinar. and we will also end with Pekka's remarks on this thing.
Okay. Well, what I would like to point out here is that what we are working on actually is the application portal on Educamu on platform, and that is a bit under process still, but it's a recruitment portal in many ways, so that we kind of want to see, and the companies want to see, the list of people who have completed these programs. So we kind of like to make a promise in here that each one will be seen by the companies, that we will deliver the names with the permission from the students that are filling up the application in here. And so but we can't make a promise of having a job, because it's always the company. It has to be a match with the company and with the person who is applying for the work. But we make sure that people will be visible. They will be visible. And also there was a question that if the jobs could be remote jobs. Well, of course, that is that need and a desire for the remote working is growing fast, and the industry has to live with that one as well, and they know that.
Thank you, Pekka. So we would like to conclude this webinar with these thoughts. So I would like to thank all speakers, the participants, for joining this. We will share more news with you, the program, the details, and different aspects of this program, especially people who have joined today's program. And it will also be available on our website, atomcamparabia.com. And with that, I wish you all the best in your learning journey. And I hope to continue seeing you in so many such webinars, and also meeting in person in Riyadh, in Jeddah, in Dammam, in Khubar, and so many places in Saudi Arabia. And we are also inviting Pekka to the kingdom. I think we are planning that we can invite him in October. So we'll also plan in-person sessions. Thank you. Thank you, Pekka. Thank you, all the speakers and participants. Thank you, Dr. Amjad.
Thank you, Mr. Naveed, Mr. Pekka, Dr. Pekka. Of course, I would love to have you here in Saudi. I am in Jeddah, not in Riyadh. So at least we have a beach here you can visit us in. Not like Naveed.
Inshallah. So thank you. See you all. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.